receives compensation for their tip leading to his arrest. That's what community is all about, and I thank you, and the police department thanks you, the city of Nashville thanks you for coming forward with that information. So today, the Juvenile Crime Task Force, along with the United States Marshal Service Fugitive Task Force, acted on that tip. Furthering their investigation, we led to the apartments on Arborcrest Boulevard, the 100 block of Arborcrest Boulevard. During the course of our investigation, we were able to obtain enough evidence to obtain probable cause. We obtained a search warrant for that apartment. Due to the level of danger that Mr. Caruthers poses not only the community but the law enforcement community, our police officers, we turned that warrant over to our Special Weapons and Tactics team to serve this afternoon. Our tactical team served that warrant this evening, and located inside was Mr. Brandon Caruthers, along with an AR-15 assault rifle and many boxes of ammunition for that rifle. And that rifle did contain a magazine that was loaded and ready to go. Again, I want to reiterate, Mr. Caruthers is now off Nashville streets thanks to citizen tip, and I hope citizens of Nashville can sleep a little bit better tonight knowing that he is back at the Juvenile Detention Center and no longer roaming Nashville streets. Any questions?
Marshal King.
Today's capture demonstrates the value of law enforcement working together. We're so grateful to be a part of the operation and being partners with Metro Nashville and our other Middle Tennessee law enforcement partners that makes up our Middle Tennessee Joint Fugitive Task Force. And we're just grateful for an incident, without incident, the arrest and capture of Caruthers.
Lieutenant, any idea
Sir.
what the AR-15 and box of ammo was going to be used for? Was going to be used against police?
We don't know that, but again, I think that is proof as to why we were able to utilize our tactical team to serve that warrant, is because we know the danger that he poses, and then that just reconfirmed it was a good reason to utilize that tactical team this evening, because if it had not been for them, just routine police officers walked up to that door, it could have been a really been a bad day for those police officers.
What was the mindset as they went up to the door?
As always, just caution. Caution for the residents in that apartment complex, the visitors in that apartment complex, for the unknown occupants that are inside that apartment that could have nothing to do with what we're there for, and then of course the officers' safety and the fellow officers that are standing next to them.
How many tips over the span of the past, 2 weeks have you kind of checked out?
As far as from the community, I would say we received, in the neighborhood of approximately 10 Crime Stoppers tips.
Did 9 of them turn out to be false? Or?
It did.
Okay.
It did.
What this tip say on that led to this apartment complex?
It was pretty specific. It was specific enough that I felt a lot of confidence in it. It specifically listed Caruthers by name, and it specifically drove us to the building that we located him in today.
Were the people he was with, were they minors or were they adults?
They were adults.
We've seen several arrests over the past few weeks. Family members of these teens, staff at the detention center, do you anticipate any more arrests in the coming weeks related to this?
It's possible, yes. I would say the 2 that were with Mr. Caruthers today will be facing charges as well for assisting him.
Are they friends or family?
It appears to be friends at this time.
What happens to Caruthers now?
He will be booked into the adult booking tonight, since he has been transferred to adult court, but at some point in time after him being booked in on the escape warrant, he will be transferred back to the Juvenile Detention Center.
Can you also speak to how he was added to the most wanted, category as most wanted during the whole time?
I'll let TBI answer that, but I am grateful for the TBI and the United States Marshals for being able to accept him since he is still a juvenile, but since he's been adjudicated in court as an adult, very grateful that they were able to come and assist.
Can you also, can you say anything about how, when you entered the apartment, what happened, what took place? Did he try to run?
There wasn't many places for him to go, but there was no resistance.
Did he say anything?
He's being interviewed as we speak.
I wanted to ask, you said you all had like a tactical team go out there instead of a common officer. What's kind of the difference of approaches when you all approach a situation like this? What's kind of the differences?
Well, when our tactical team comes out, they go out to slow things down. It works off of their speed. They're able to bring enough officers and equipment to the scene to where we don't have to rush. It's on their time schedule and not the suspect's time schedule. We make sure we get a good tight perimeter set up, and then we ask them to come out and follow directions, and then we get in no hurry.
Is it safe to say that tipster would get the whole $10,000?
I think it would be safe to say that.
So when this first started, you had 2 different shifts around the clock. Did that continue even after 3 of them were caught? You just said it's one lingering team.
It did.
Okay. So y'all been on overtime this entire time?
We have.
That's
A lot of hours. A lot of hours. We're very grateful to see this come to an end.
I know it's been an exhausting experience for everyone at Metro. What are some lessons learned here, or maybe some things you take moving forward if something like this happens again?
Well, I can't speak for the juvenile court system. I can't speak for the city as far as to what they're looking for. I can just speak for the Juvenile Crime Task Force and the police department. We're just happy to see them all in custody safely and see this come to an end.
Do you have any thoughts? They've been sent right back to where they escaped from. Do you have any thoughts on policy over there, what you hope happens in the future?
I have lots of thoughts, but again, they're my thoughts only. So I think there are a lot of folks' thoughts, and I think everyone took this just as serious as you are, as I did, and I would imagine there's going to be changes coming. I think you saw the arrest this week of employees. I think that sends a clear message that there was a lot that went wrong that night.
What's the total reward amount? Is it $10,000 or $12,000?
It's my understanding that Crime Stoppers had a total of $10,000 and the TBI's was $2,500.
So for that person get $12,500?
I'm not sure. I can only speak for the Nashville Crime Stoppers.
There were private donors into the Nashville Crime Stoppers. Crime Stoppers itself can only do 1,000.
Can do 1,000, yes.
Anything else?
Last time we spoke after the rest of the 13, you said this was going to be the hardest one. Caruthers was going to be the hardest one to capture. You weren't sure if he was in Nashville, if he was out of Nashville. You didn't have reason to believe he was anywhere. Were you surprised that he was still around this close in Nashville, and kind of where were you before this tip?
Not surprised. He had a lot of help, and he's been through the system enough to know that how our tactics work. So we weren't surprised. We were the officers from the task force were the ones that arrested him the last time, and it took us several months to actually apprehend him then. So we knew how difficult it was going to be to actually find him. As you saw, his friends today in that apartment with him did not turn him in for that $10,000. So we knew what kind of friends he had, and it was going to be difficult to catch him.
Kind of on that too, you talked a little bit about it, but just if anybody, there's been some people that helped these fugitives out, and that's what took so long. Who would you tell anybody that might be thinking about doing something like that in the future?
Just do the right thing. In my opinion, it doesn't pay. In no way. You're not helping anyone. You will eventually be caught. Do the right thing, turn the person in, or convince them to turn themselves in so everyone goes home at night, everything ends peacefully.
A member of the police department's major case task force is at headquarters and expects to take part in the interview with Caruthers, which should be taking place now. He should be downtown now. As you all know, over the past many days, the major case task force has been conducting an investigation into the circumstances of the escape. Based on their investigation, 2 employees were arrested last night on charges of facilitating the escape through their recklessness. The police department, in consultation with the district attorney's office, swore out those warrants yesterday. It's also safe to say that the investigation by the major case task force is not necessarily over. If you were to ask, could there be other arrests, the answer would be yes, there could be.
Can you speak to how that changed from just, I don't want to put words in your mouth, possibly shoddy work into a criminal activity that turned into a felony charge? What was the switch there?
Well, the major case task force looked specifically at the actions of the persons working at the facility on the night of the escape. And it was the opinion of the detectives that there were just so many egregious errors, errors in not following the policies and procedures, the set policies and procedures that were in place, that were agreed upon through contract, that they just couldn't let it go. And I think in consultation with the district attorney's office, there was agreement there that there were certain persons working that night who also needed to be held accountable for what took place. You know, lots and lots of man hours, as you have heard, have gone into this. And as Lieutenant White had said several days ago, the Juvenile Crime Task Force could have been doing many other things in the city over the past several days instead of having to search and search and search for these escaped teens. The good news is that effective tonight, they can go about their business into those other matters that need to be addressed. Thank you.